ba na?
No, now, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm never, but okay.
What is up, everybody? Artistic Freedom family, freaks, weirdos, friends and family. I see you in the chat. I see you guys getting weird. I see you guys doing your thing. It's not getting weird. It's what you're supposed to do. I don't know if that's too loud for y'all. Hopefully I'm coming in loud and clear before we get this episode started at 89, which is just one short of 90. Pretty close. We're getting pretty close to 100. 100 is going to be great. It's your boy. You know what to do. Somebody give me a thumbs up. Let me know this looks good, sounds good. I know it looks good. But does it sound good? That's what really matters tonight. Does this sound good? Am I coming in loud and clear? How is it? Because my volume's like literally almost all the way up. So let's get a sound check. Let's get a video check. You guys, girls, Freedom family, let me know how this all sounds and looks. Lenore, thanks for the flags, you guys.
America, fuck yeah!
Awesome. So I'm smoking a cigar that is really struggling with me right now, but that's okay. I'm doing my best, and we're going to do what we can tonight. Tonight's going to be a great episode. The topic is something I was kind of excited about because I came up with it while I was on the crapper, and it just it hit me, right? Not that part, but the topic. So anyway, I just was like, man, what are we going to talk about tonight? Because I really enjoy when we have a topic, and it helps the episodes to go so smoothly. And it helps us all to just have a good time and do what we do best, which is get in the comment section and get spicy. You guys already know. Lenore, thanks for hanging out with us today. It was fun to tattoo your friend. He was awesome. I feel like I made a new friend. He was super cool. Before we do too much of this, it's the last bit of it. Heidi, I believe you're on here. I think I saw you. So thank you for the gift. And let's see who else. Going through it here. So Lenore, what's up? Natalie, got you on here. Of course, Dambria's is here. No Town, Yo, Brody, everybody. Yes, we got Heidi. Let's see, going through. I think Kim was on here earlier. Sis is on here. So all you freaks, all you weirdos. Amanda, what's up? Good to see you. She's celebrating her hubby's birthday, so maybe she'll be on and off. So anyways, thank you folks for being on here and watching. If you're in the backgrounds and you don't want to be seen and you don't want to comment, the only way we'll know you're here is if you comment. So just do that. Just comment. Get in the comment section. I don't know why I have to tell you that. You're here on a live stream. So this is the there we go. There's the poison for tonight. Literally the poison. And this is the end of it. I feel bad for actually drinking the end of this. I should do this for you guys. What am I doing? What a sin. My bad. Oh, yeah. Oh. There we go. Okay. Now we're ready. If you guys didn't already know, of course you know. Look at that. Tanina and Kevin, you guys, it's trying to focus on my face, not on the glass. You are the man for making this. And these rock slate coasters. Who doesn't love that shit? You know what I don't have is my backup camera. Don't look at my armpits. It's been a long day. Had no time to change. I don't have my backup camera, which means I can't show you guys what I got going on in here. Man, I am so ill prepared. I don't even have an ashtray. What am I going to do? I'll do what my grandma used to do. Is that on camera? I can't do that on camera if I do it over here. I'm going to hide it so you can't see it. Okay. Anyways, I'm ill prepared. Thanks for joining me, guys and girls, tonight. Episode 89, Artistic Freedom. It took me exactly 11 minutes to do the intro. Tonight's topic is Mastery, Demons, and Destruction. Actually, I feel like we should have like some sort of like really epic or scary even like music. That's not going to do it. So Mastery, Demons, and Destruction. So tonight is going to be a good episode. First, we're going to talk about that for a few minutes. Then we'll get into the Q&A because it usually ties in together. And then we'll just fuck around and talk about some hot topics of the week and how you guys are doing and do what we do best, which is get spicy in the comment section. And I'll just get it out of the way right now. But Linda, if you're out there, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whoever you're doing it with, you're my favorite. So thanks, guys, for being on here. Looks like we got Donna. What's up, Donna? Thanks for joining us. For all of you who have bought tickets already, awesome. For those of you who haven't, well, I don't know why, but it'll be really cool to see those of you that did at our paint night. I like this music. I like smoking a cigar to this music. That's pretty cool. Cheers to that. There we go. Okay, maybe we could turn that down a little. Christy says, use your jeans as ashtray. I'm not wearing jeans. That would be a little hard to do. Natalie says, how was the turnout for wine night? It was perfect. It was very chill. It was very wine-like. It was very, you guys missed something cool. Let's just put it that way. Looks like we got Isaac on here. What's up? What's up, Isaac? Thanks for joining us. If you're going to be on here, you guys got to let us know what color your underwear are. Okay. Let's see here. Heidi says the bottle needs a refill. This bottle is fucking rad. I'm not getting rid of this bottle. It's way too cool. Okay. All right. So if you guys have questions and you guys want to send those tonight, cool. Feel free to. But if you can reserve them for later, that will be great. But we'll get to the Q&A in a few moments. I just want to talk to you guys about something very specific, which is tonight's topic. And I want to do my best to try to tie that into the Q&A part. You guys have sent in a lot of questions, so I'm going to be getting to those momentarily. So one thing I want to go, we're going to get real into it real quick. And I actually got a really good question that came in through my Instagram that I want to read to you guys at full because it will have a lot to do with tonight's topic. So it'll be fun to tie this all in together. Okay, so here we go. The topic being obvious, like I said, this is something that literally just came to me in the spur of the moment. So Mastery, Demons, and Destruction. And it'll be fun to hear you guys' feedback on this. So I'll do my best to pay attention after I explain a few things. So mostly what I'd like to say, and Dame Rib, that's what I wanted to say is, yeah, exactly. 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 That was wrong. What am I doing here? Oh, we got to do this button. I got to fix this thing. Whenever I hit this thing, whenever I change the volume, this button plays. So I always have to hit it first and unplay it and then do the buttons I want. Looks like Levi's on here. What's up, Levi? Thanks for joining us. Natalie, thanks for giving us some information. Good to see you.
You are fake news.
Okay, so the topic, Mastery, Demons, and Destruction. The reason why I'm calling tonight that is because I'm going to take you on a quick little journey. We're going to touch a couple of, obviously, topics, each individually, of the Mastery, Demons, and Destruction. The reason I put it that way, because it makes a lot of sense to me, that to be really good at something, what you have to simply do is...
No, God!
You have to pick something you want to master in life, right? Whether it's your family or your career or fitness or your relationships or all these things. And over time, maybe you get to most of them, but you're going to have to pick something. For tonight's sake, let's say a craft, some sort of hobby, some sort of desire. Like me, my whole life, I've wanted to be an artist. Well, I shouldn't say that. I didn't always want to be an artist. I've always been an artist, but I've always wanted to do something with being artistic and not just do something with it, but I've always wanted to run a business around it. Like, can I turn something that I care about and love, or I should say that I have a already built relationship around ever since I was little, can I turn that into a business? Because that would be hard. So we're going to talk about mastery first, then we're going to talk about the demons, and then we're going to talk about destruction, and it's in that order for a reason. I think it's very important for somebody to decide what it is in their life they'd like to master. And that's part of what growing up is, right? Everybody knows the phases that you go through of picking things, trying it, picking, failing, trying, and then eventually things sticks. For some of us, things like me at a very early age, especially by 15, it was loud and clear that I'd be a tattoo artist forever. But I was blessed in that way. Not everybody is. So it's a different topic to decide, how it is you pick something to master. But let's say for the sake of tonight's conversation, you master some sort of craft or some sort of skill, some sort of feat, right? I don't care if you're an athlete or a business person or an artist, creator, photographer, it doesn't matter. That's why we're here tonight, is to talk about that. So how to master something, and it will take us down the journey of the demons and destruction. Because if you want to master something, here's what's going to happen. You're going to pick something, and it's like throwing darts. You're going to pick something, you're going to finally make a target, and then you're going to throw darts, and you're going to miss. And then you're going to be like, fuck, man, I'm not so good at this. So you're going to try really hard, and you're going to throw Hail Marys, and every once in a while you hit, and you get excited, and now you start playing the real game. That's a lot of what it's like to try to master something. I would like to define what mastery is first. The real reason I think it's important is because the concept of mastery is simple. You first have to decide what it is you want to do. A lot of you watching, I've had conversations with so many of you about this type of stuff, so I know some of you have these things, or at least clues on what these things may be. And we're all pretty old now, so most of us are already doing these things. But if you're young and you don't know what to master, it's really simple. You just have to make a bunch of mistakes, take a bunch of falls, get a bunch of bumps and bruises, literal and metaphorical fat lips and black eyes. And black eyes, not black eyes.
Damn!
You hear that coaster, that slate rock coaster? Fuck, just look at that shit. Shameless plug. Thank you, Tanina. Just sounds so great. Okay, so you have to pick something to master. Once you've figured out what that is, which is by no means an easy task. Like, I know that's hard for people. It's one of the hardest parts, and most people get stuck there. So what they do is they try something and they fail, and they try something and they fail, and they think, oh, this must not be it. Try something else. So they try something else, and what they find that ends up happening is, maybe I should have just stuck with the first thing in the first place, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to try that again, and or they sit on it forever and go, man, I should have, would have, could have. And those people, I'll just be honest with you, I think you should go talk to those people. You should go see it in their eyes, the regret. You should hear these 50, 60, 70 plus year old people talking about, like, I had this guy tell me one time, he was a mentor of mine, and he was good at business, but I asked him, like, what's something, basically he was my mentor because I wanted him to teach me everything I could learn from someone who was in business. I wanted to learn everything I could from him so that when I started my business, I at least wasn't a complete idiot. Which, to be honest with you, I think to start a business, you have to start as a complete idiot. Even if you think you know what you're doing, you should start anyway, because you're going to realize how quickly you are actually just a complete idiot at first. It's just the way it works. We'll do our best not to let this thing go out. Okay. Danbury says she really wants to hear the Aussie sound, and who doesn't?
You sober now?
No, now, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm never, but
Okay. So, the introduction to mastery is simple, right? You pick something, which is one of the hardest parts, and most people stop there and they spend their whole lives wishing they would have picked something, and then they'll be 80 regretting it. So you pick something. Let's say, for the sake of it, you're on here, you've picked something, you want to be an electrician, and you want to master being an electrician. Well, you can do all the job, skill, labor, trained monkey stuff. Not saying it's nothing, but you can do all the skill, labor stuff. But here's the problem. That doesn't give you mastery. That just still keeps you in slave mode, meaning you're still worker bee. You're only worker bee. So to define mastery, I think, is simple, because you have to pick something and then you have to do it, and you have to be the worker bee, and you have to get really good at it, efficient, which does not make you a master yet. What happens is you get so good at it, other people ask you. And that's how you know you're good at something, by the way. But if anybody wants to proclaim that they're good at something, self-proclaim that you're good at something, you might want to slow your roll until somebody actually inquires, in regards to your skill level and how to teach them or how to show them something. If somebody's asking you, how do I get the six-pack, man? How do I get money, dude? How do I learn the tattoo? Or how do I run a business? Or whatever it is somebody might inquire about, that's a sign that you've gotten really good at a skill, not yet mastered. We'll get into that before we let this thing go out. Okay, so here's the next part. Once people start inquiring, you get so good at showing people things that you actually start to care. If you're on your path to mastery, you start to actually care about the outcome of these people. And so then you realize, man, I told them everything I know. And they said they wanted to do it. 20 years later, they're still 10 years, 2 months, 2 days, whatever. Time passes and they're still not doing it. So the key isn't to learn something, pick something you love, get really good at it, and master, or get really good at the skill or the trade or the craft, and then teach it. It's to be able to do all that, teach it, and it be efficient for the person to the point to where they hopefully exceed past you. Otherwise, I believe if you can't teach people to be better than you, or at least teach people to be sufficient at the thing in which you've gotten really good at, then you're not yet a master. So to be a master, you have to go through all these steps. And at the end, the final key is that you have to be able to be efficient enough and effective enough to be an actual teacher, right? Not just have 20 people in your class and shuffle them through and see if they graduate because they made it by and they did nothing with it. I think that's lame, and that's definitely not mastery. So that's how I see mastery. The reason why I worded it from mastery to demons to destruction is because if you try to do what I'm explaining right now, it's really simple. And if you guys feel alone in this, you quickly will realize that it's nothing new. That when you set up on a path, any path, and you actually, it's like setting a target, right? You set that target on the wall, something to hit, right? You're playing darts and you have the bullseye. Now that you have a bullseye and you're throwing darts, anybody can throw a dart and hit a wall. But once you put that target up there, there's that little tiny red dot. And now every time you miss, it's an actual miss. Whereas if you didn't put a target up at all and you hit something, it's not really a miss. You're just kind of willy-nilly playing a game. But if you actually set a target and you miss, now you're going to be judged, whether it's yourself or others, and your inadequacies will show up. So as this starts to happen, guess what starts to get revealed? Your inadequacies. Guess what they're tied to? Like if you guys, actually, I've never done this. I've read it before, but it's been years. So I never looked up the definition. Okay, so I'm going to define demon, the definition of a demon. And I'm going to say root word or say origin. Because it does not come from the word. What demon means isn't what people, I know what people usually think it is, like some sort of satanic thing, but that's not actually what the origins of the word demon was. It should be whiskey and cigars. Okay, so here we go. The term demon is derived from the Greek word daemon, which means supernatural being or spirit. Though it has commonly been associated with an evil or malevolent spirit, the term originally meant a spiritual being that influenced a person's character. So here, let's go from that to the origin of the Greek word from demon means most likely came from the word diastai, to divide or to distribute. So it's something within you, right? This is a characteristic that all people have, and I do believe that demons are within all of us. And I don't mean that in the classical sense, but if you want to take that sort of satanic evil paradigm and associate it with what we're talking about, I think it's just as effective and fair. So call it what you want. But we all have demons inside of us. And when you try to hit a target on the wall, when you decide what it is you want to master, your demons are going to come out. They're going to be shown. And one of the first ways that starts to happen is people judge you. You judge yourself first, and then you start to get good enough to where you let other people see your skill level, and then they start to judge you. And when that happens, that's, again, the next phase of when most people quit. And this is why they never reach mastery, right? So you don't deal with your demons after you've mastered something. You deal with your demons as soon as you pick something to master, they show up. Now, if you want to be safe of any of this ridicule or any of this satanic possession, if you will, I say that sort of lightly and haphazardly, then don't pick a target. Don't pick something. Don't master anything. Matter of fact, that's what most people do. Most people that will be watching this, because most people do this, are not mastering anything because they don't want to be judged. And when they get judged, they judge themselves and they get embarrassed. They don't want anybody to see it. And then if they do show it to anybody, then they start to judge them. You know, they say if you're going to be great at something, you're going to have haters. And if you don't have haters, you must not be doing much. And that's true for that very, very reason. So my point is, most people will stop there. I think that's the second sort of way of keeping you from mastering anything, is once the demons get brought up. Good luck. So Danbury says demons and angels, positive and negative, we all have both. Yep, that's a good way to put it. No doubt. That's probably the first thing I've agreed with what you've said in a long time. Okay. Amanda is on here. What's up, Amanda? Thanks for joining us. You know, we love to see new faces on here. And it's a party. We're drinking whiskey. We're having a cigar. We're having a good time. I think you've been on here before, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a long time since I've tattooed you. I know that. Okay, so we're talking about the mastery, demons, and destruction. So we've got to the mastery. We've got to the demons. The mastery is picking something and getting really good at it. And along the way, you're going to, because you've now put a target on the wall to hit, now you're going to be judged because you will often miss. And then when you do hit, you'll feel enough of the win to want to continue. But then now you're getting more wins here and there, more bullseyes. And now you feel confident enough to show other people. As you start to bring other people along, they start to judge you. And that usually is most people's first breaking point. Okay. So to define mastery is to get so good at something, you can teach it to others and get them to be so good at it that they're just as efficient. So I think that, or at least comparably, everybody's going to be a little different, but I think that that's the path to mastery. So now the demons have shown up. So what's the destruction part? Can anybody guess the next part of this and why I said mastery, demons, and destruction? What is the destruction part of this? If you guys can join in with me while I suck on this cigar and sip a little whiskey. I'm waiting. Someone better type really quick. It's going to be a lot of weird, awkward, strange silence. Maybe we could just do this for a few minutes. So what are the demons part? Oh, I'm sorry. What is the destruction part? So we've talked about the mastery. We've talked about the demons. What's the destruction? So I'm waiting patiently. Damir says, I think you're right, Josh. I mean, you think you're right that this is the first thing that I've ever agreed with you on. So go ahead and type away. By the way, if you guys haven't sent me any thumbs up tonight or any hearts or any emojis or whatever it is, look, if I can do it on my own phone and go in here and send this stuff, then you guys can do it while we're live tonight. This is too wide of an angle. Should we go a little tighter? What's going on here? I like that. There we go. You don't need to see my ugly ass hands. Okay. Kimmy says self-destruction, giving up. Okay. Self-destruction. So the reason I put destruction at the end, I like that, self-destruction, actually, because that's, I didn't even think of it that way. You just threw me a curveball. Christy says it's subjective. Is it though? I mean, isn't everything subjective? But that's what I'm asking is, what do you think that the destruction part is? That's what the input is that I'm asking for. Brody's saying seldom destruction. I think she meant self-destruction, just like Kimmy. Natalie says destruction, continue to knock down walls to move forward. There we go. And I'm going to see if I can hit the right button.
That's what she said.
You can't handle the truth.
Yes, Daddy.
Okay, so that's what I was thinking, and that's the only reason I gave you a bunch of applause. Amanda says destruction of one's self-confidence. There we go. Heidi. Okay. Brody says as getting too comfortable and complacent. Rochelle says self-sabotage. So yeah, you guys are all on the right track, right? So we understand the mastery part. I think everybody's with me. We understand the mastery part. We understand the demons part and why they show up, right? If you want to be free of demons, pick nothing to master and suffer like the rest. Be in the rat race with the rest and be at the bottom, really, of the totem pole of your potential. That was a good way to put it. I'll probably be the smartest thing I say all night. So, mastery. There we go. Let's get back to this. Natalie, you know. Yeah. I've never done that before. That was weird. Okay, so we're going to talk about the destruction part because there's two phases of the destruction part. Natalie definitely hit the nail on the head, or the hammer against the stone wall, which is destruction. Continuing to knock down walls to move forward. Everybody's afraid of burning bridges. Everybody's afraid of burning the boats, if you guys are familiar with that phrase and where it came from. You should burn the ships often. I'm telling you right now, there is plenty of ships in your life you should have burnt a long time ago, and too many people are spending too much time on ships they should have long burnt behind them. One of the reasons you burn the ships behind you, and the origin of the story, so far as I understand, is when you get to a land to conquer it, you burn the ships behind you because there's no retreat. We're going to take the land. We're taking over. This is a full takeover or nothing. So it's kind of like the Spartan phrase, or however it's officially said, is, come home. What is it? Die on the battlefield or come home on your shield. That's something to that effect, right? I'm having a George W. Bush moment, but it's essentially either come back, or die trying. Like that's kind of how it works. No holds barred. I hate that phrase, but it worked. So I think that we're on the right path of it's going to be something like you're going to have to break down walls. You're going to have to burn ships. You're going to have to bust through shit. You're going to have to destroy things. And the next one is, and some people kind of touched on it there, which is self-sabotage. I would say self-sabotage is really part of the destruction. Absolutely. I didn't think about that until now. Thanks for bringing it up, guys. But I think it's also not just self-sabotage. It's also, I believe, the destruction of self on purpose, intentionally and consciously. You should destroy things about yourself. There's plenty of things that want to die. Plenty of things. And you should not only let them die, but they've been begging to die for so long, so subtly, and some so not so subtly. And you will be punished for as long as you hold on to them. And I believe that this path, right, that we just described is a path that you better understand and you better get real acquainted with, or just rewatch this episode. And we're going to cover a ton of this shit as we get into the Q&A. Okay, so everybody's clear on what I picked here in terms of mastery, demons, and destruction, and why I did it in this order. Right, this is a fun topic and probably something we can actually continue down the road because it will be quite complex. But tonight we'll get into the Q&A and we'll kind of tie it all in together. I'm going to go ahead and go on YouTube since I can't see what's coming through on the super chats, which is really dumb. I can't see the super chats that come through because it just spells them out for me instead of showing me the emojis. Man, look at that. Okay, so there we go. There's some, that's cool. Thank you, Rochelle, for sending that. Awesome. Looks like we got some really cool emojis coming through. Sent me a super chat, $19. Thanks. Appreciate it. I can have lunch tonight now. I can make it finally in live. Christy, also, thank you so very much. Party time. Thanks for bringing those. Oh, you guys can see what it says right here. So there's my description of the super chats that you're sending me. That's what it gives me. I actually like Christy's. Pretty cool. Pretty cool super chat sticker. Super chats. Who would have thought? What a great way to support a show that you guys also religiously love for many reasons. Man, this whiskey, I'm telling you, this is so good. Okay, so thanks for those super chats. I appreciate you guys. We'll get on with the show. We're going to get to the Q&A here in a minute, but first I'll go through all the questions you guys have been sending in, and then we'll start with the conversation after that. It's quite a few questions, but I'll do my best to tie it into tonight's topic and move swimmingly. Damer says, you gals are the real MVPs. 100%. Brody Jade says, fuck shit up, keep learning and keep going. That is our motto, especially at the shop. That is exactly how we like to teach people, because you will fail your way to success. You will not succeed your way to success. It's not how it works. If you want to succeed all the way to success, what you will do is you'll have tons of little seemingly win type events, and you will do so few because you are afraid of doing anything that isn't a win, that you will do very little along the way, and therefore you will barely move at all if detectable. If you want to move and you would like to succeed, what you have to do is have lots of little or sometimes major losses until eventually you get a big win. And that's just the way it fucking works. Otherwise, you could just stay home. There we go. Levi said it better, way better than I did. That's the correct way. Come back on your shield. Come back with your shielder on it. So it's just the way it works, right? Like you're either in it or you're not. Damber says, "Oh my God, you're speaking to my soul, Josh." I think it's because of the music. I'm not really sure. Is it this one? Okay. So let's get into the Q&A part. I'm going to read the first one, and this was actually sent. I don't like to call people out unless they would like to admit it or state claim, but I'm going to go ahead and read this. Somebody messaged me this tonight, and I'm going to read the whole thing at length. Let's see here. Okay, so this is coming in from, I believe, Insta. The IG is the IG. Okay, here we go. So this has a lot to do with not only the topic tonight, but we'll kind of break it down, and then we'll get into the questions you guys submitted on this episode tonight. By the way, it's winter. It's raining outside. The door's cracked, and my shoes are off, and my feet are freezing, and it's fucking wonderful. I fucking love this time of year. Okay, here we go. I'm going to read this whole thing. It seems that many tattooers have strong negative feelings about tattooing being taught outside of a traditional apprenticeship. While I understand and respect traditions in the history of tattooing, It does appear to me that more people being interested in tattooing and more access to quality education and coaching may result in a better and stronger tattoo industry. I think of the negativity about tattooing education similarly to learning to drive, like starting out as a new driver. Then when you have it down solid, they drive around pissed off at all the students, drivers on the road, honking at them and yelling, "You suck." Have you received, that's actually a perfect analogy. Have you received any negative feedback from other tattooers for your efforts to help others and build an educational environment at your shop? Great question, and thanks for asking. Really great question. I wish I could read that 3 times because that's how I have to read to really truly grasp things and understand them. It's a bit of a conundrum or a tick that I have, but at the same time, I do my best. So I'll do my best to address this. I think it was a really good way of explaining it, how everybody hates the student drivers. But that's part of the mastery that I was talking about earlier and how that ties in perfectly to once you pick a target, that little tiny bullseye on the wall, and you start heading for it and you hit it, now people know you suck. And now you know you suck. And then what happens is, as you start to get better and you get a couple wins, now you're like, hey, watch me. And then you try again and you suck. And then sometimes you get it and people are like, oh, okay, sometimes they get it. So they judge you, right? Because you have a target to hit. Now, these are these same people that judge you. So to your point about, do you ever get any negative feedback in regards to educating people in an industry that's very much looks down upon it, which I think is awesome because I love being in an industry that puts me in a rock and a hard place. So I thank you for that pressure, tattoo industry, if you were a human. And so what it does, it gives them a target. So you're claiming, I want to be able to drive in this example. And then now people can look at you and say, you suck at driving. Or you could just stay home and not drive at all and everybody's okay with it and you don't have your license. You just play fucking Forza, whatever the shit it is, or Grand Theft something. And you could be that guy with a really cool car and know all the streets and whatever, just all the details in a fucking game. You can have like a hot chick, girlfriend, and like a bunch of money in a game. And nobody's judging you because there's nothing to judge because you haven't claimed stake to anything. You've made no target to be hit. So you're safe. And you do that long enough, eventually you're going to go, maybe it would be kind of cool to pick a target. And then you put one up and it's the second you feel any judgment from yourself about it or in others because you're going to suck at hitting the target, you just go back to your video games. That's why it's so detrimental if used inappropriately. I would say just put down the video games. You're probably safe. If you're a video game player, that's all good. You do you. You do you. I'm doing me. Okay, so what he's asking too is, have I had any negative feedback? Yes, a ton. And what's crazy is the loudest negative feedback that I get to this question is from myself. And this is years ago. I struggled really hard with, like, it's such a coveted industry that I'm in, the tattoo industry. And I'm like, do I really just tell everybody all the secrets? Like, what do I share? What do I write? Like, should I write it down and then like categorize what I'm willing to share with people? I went through this whole process, by the way. I did this exact thing that I dispelled tonight. And this is such a great question. There's so much could be said about it. But the negative feedback that I got was really mostly for myself of like questioning, like, do I teach this? How do I teach this? Should I teach it? Is it coveted? Should I believe in apprenticeships. I believe in teaching and learning from a master. I believe in the way in which I do it with my apprentices, which is sending them through the fucking ringer, right? You got to clean my toilet. I'm not doing it. So, it's not the only thing they're doing, but fuck, it's part of what you're doing. I'm not going to let you just be like some pansy little fuck that gets to come in and tattoo while I'm cleaning up your shitty ass toilet. If you won't clean up my toilet, look, you want to learn something from me if you're an apprentice. I don't want to learn. There's nothing for me to learn from you other than I appreciate the fact that I get to get better at teaching, but that's still for you, really, in the end, and for me, so I can become a master. So that's one of the reasons I decided to teach. But in regards to the negative feedback really with a lot of signals for myself. I just thought, I'm not supposed to teach this. I'm not good enough. Maybe it's all the stuff we all deal with, right? All the same shit. I know. Imagine that. I'm human too. So the negative feedback also then started coming from others. But shit only rolls uphill because people that are better than you are rooting for you. People that are better than you probably aren't even looking at you. And if they are looking at you, probably because you're pretty close and up and coming or up and coming. There's a lot of people that think they're better than you and then they judge you. And all that does is show you how much they're just simply not only not better than you, but it reveals how they feel about themselves and that the shit rolls uphill, right? They're trying to stay in your white dress and make you not so perfect. And they don't want to believe that you did it a way that they would not be able to do it. So they try to villainize your path. So I'm mumbling, but thanks for this question. That question was great. And yes, I get a lot of feedback. I don't think he asked me how do I deal with it. Efforts to help others build educational environment shop. So yes, I got look, here's my premise about teaching people. I'll give you all the information. Ask me anything. I say it to every apprentice, anybody who ever wants to come learn from me, even somebody like Dominic, who's came by recently. Dominic, if you're on here, say what's up. If not, you should be. I don't know why you're not. So Dominic is up and coming. He wants to learn, and I don't exactly have time to mentor him too much, but via these live streams and the classes and courses and things I do that are mostly free, all kinds of, I'm a wealth of knowledge that you can ask me anything, and I've promised to all of my apprentices in any degree, whatever stage they're at, I will share with you anything. There's nothing I will covet, but you will have to earn it, right? You will have to earn it because nobody pays attention to things they don't pay for. So you're going to pay for it in some way or another, mostly through labor or attention, or sometimes it's just a task that I'll give them. And if you can't complete tasks, then I don't get the information. So it's an incentive, right? I don't want to miss some of your guys' comments because tonight might be that night. Okay, looks like you're talking amongst yourselves. I'm not missing anything. Great. Mike says, Josh, you should have me on. We have a good time, and he knows my whole story. Yeah, well, Mikey, I've had you here before and asked you to come on, and you didn't show up. But maybe one day this will work. Okay, so anyway, thanks for this question. This question was awesome. I love the idea of sharing some of the feedback that I get from others in a negative light, just because it's just proof that no matter what you do, you're going to get people that hate it. And the only people that hate it are people who can't fucking do it. So just get used to it and accept it and let these people just continue on hating. So part of the destruction part that we talked about tonight was self-destruction. And self-destruction is not always negative, guys. There's plenty of things about you that need to die. There's plenty of old ways, habits, thoughts, thought processes, synapses in your little tiny monkey brain that need to die. They literally need to die. They've been begging to die for so long. Everybody knows it. You know it. Fucking everybody knows it. And you should let them die. So self-destruction sometimes is a great thing if you're doing it intentionally. And there could, like I said, be a whole episode just about that. So in regards to that, you're going to have to take the shit from people, and that's just the way it works, right? People are going to give you negativity. And look, if you want to grow thick skin, what do you think you should do? What do you think it is that what path are you supposed to walk down, right? Just go find a store that sells thick skin? No, what you have to do is walk down the path that people are throwing shit at you until your skin gets calloused enough that it no longer hurts you or affects you. That's what you do, which means you're going to have to pick a path that's not going to feel good. Look, I still haven't met anybody that's like, no, man, that's not true. Josh, you're doing it wrong. You're teaching these people all kinds of,
You
lies.
are fake news.
You're leading them down some destructive path. There's this unicorn rainbow fucking road that you can go down that they throw whipped cream at you and fucking strawberries and wow, that got kinky. But they send all kinds of nice love letters your way and line the roads with petals of roses and shit. Bull honky, guys. Fucking bull honky. Show me that person and we'll get them on the show because it's not real and too many people think it is. And then they think if they walk down the path and it hurts that must not be the right path, and that's what weans you the week out. So goodbye to the week. Levi says, interesting. Thanks for the insight. And thanks for the question. I appreciate it. And thanks for being on here, all of you. So let's keep going. So this is some of the next questions that are coming up. The next one, of course, as you can guess, is not a question. It is, you guessed it. Hope you had a lovely day. Well, thank you very much, Instagram person. So next one is, how is life for you right now? Well, the reason I picked tonight's topic, which is Mastery, Demons, and Destruction, is because life is fucking crazy and it's awesome, but it's fucking painful. Some of the shit you have to deal with in life in general, for all of us, we know it's not, nothing new. It's fucking difficult. Dealing with people is usually the crux of it. Anything from taxes to fucking people to business to thieves and just fucking traffic. Jesus, like. It's a small one, but still, I don't like it. My 10-minute drive sucks. Man, Poncho tonight would have been pissed that I said that because his drive's like 2 hours. So we had somebody visit tonight to get tattooed. And it's a 2-hour drive that he came. It's pretty cool. He came all the way from up in the Bay Area to get tattooed by me. And that's just such an honor. Tomorrow I actually have people flying in from out of state to get tattooed by me for 2 days. Luke, I'll see you soon. And then also next month, I have somebody coming all the way from Australia, literally all the way from Australia to get tattooed by me. And it's like, fuck, dude. Like,
It was at this moment that he knew.
Mike, by the way. Okay, Mike says, bro, are you experiencing more cancellations due to the economy? That for sure. I'm feeling it like I knew I would, but I've prepared for this winter, especially emotionally. This year is going to be a hard year for everybody, and so I'm well aware of that. And but that in tandem with being broke into, in tandem with one of my artists being out for a while due to personal reasons, due to other things that are happening right now, like not to say the weather. That's not really such a big deal. I like that. But it just seems like it's all at once. There was a bunch of fines and fees and things I had to pay this month that I didn't necessarily want to pay, but for the business, it was the right thing to do, and I did. Thank you, Amber. Fucking redheads. So, anyways, yeah, it was a tough month in many ways. But again, what do you want to be capable of? So that's what I remind myself. By the way, and some of these questions will come up here soon. It's fucking very difficult. It's very, very difficult. We got Barkus on here saying, I drive 8 hours plus to get tattooed by you. And Barkus, I fucking love you for it. I need something. What do I got? Do I got something beautiful? I don't want to play that again. How about this? Barkus, whenever you drive to me, it's like sparks fly. No, that's not appropriate. I'm sorry. Okay, Barkus, I love when you come and get tattooed by me. Mike says you can always call me. Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? Strawberries do sound good. You guys are weird. You guys are so kinky. I love it. I love it. So to Mike's question is, are you experiencing more cancellations due to the economy? I'm getting way more people, and they always use lies. Look, I see the season that we're in, and then people send me messages like, oh, between jobs, or oh, doing that. Chances are that they just ain't got no money, and that's cool, guys. Like, if you can't make your appointments, just give me a heads up. I don't return deposits, so let me know ahead of time, 48-hour minimum notice. It's on our policy. You can read it on the website. And give us a notice, and no problem, we'll work with you, but we don't refund people's deposits, so just keep that in mind. Okay, so let's get to the next question. Well, the question was, how's life for you right now? I think I answered it. Okay, is it better to have many friends or a solid few, and why? Okay, well, you have to define friend. People you know, acquaintances, or like a real actual ride or die. Well, I would say more is always better, but it's not realistic. It's really hard to maintain lots of friends. Most of us probably have one or two really close friends. I don't think anybody has 30. Correct me if I'm wrong. Matter of fact, here's a fun one in the comments. You guys and gals listening, let's find out how many are on here. All 20, all 20 of you. How come I only have 13 thumbs up, but I have 20 people watching? Okay, we're going to pause the live stream. Don't worry. I can wait. I got all the time in the world. I don't know where the thumbs ups are. I don't know why you're watching. You guys are in the background creeping, getting weird. What's the deal, man? Let's get those thumbs ups. I still don't know exactly what to call them. It's kind of weird. Okay, I'm just going to scroll around while you guys do that. Just giving you a moment. Natalie says, I'm so excited to be tattooed by you. I put my tattoos on layaway. That's great. That's super great. Mike says, one ride or die would be great. So let me know, folks, how many ride or dies do you have? How many friends do you have? How many people are on your crew? And or maybe even, you can lie, feel special about yourself. So send me that information right now. How many people? How many people we got in your corner? Let's find out. Okay, so is it better to have many friends or a solid few? Well, I would say this. Yes, it's better to have a solid few because many friends is hard to keep up with. But also, I would say this too, and I'm not going to harp on it because I could. If you're not getting the results you want in your life, it's probably because you don't know the right people. And if you're not getting enough money and enough, let's say, success in your life, it's because you don't know enough people. If your business is struggling, you don't know enough people. If your emotions are struggling, you don't know the right people. Pretty simple. Next question is, you are a beautiful human inside and out. That's not a question. God, look at you guys. Okay, so you are a beautiful human inside and out. I think that was for me. They did put it on my page. What a wonderful thing to say. Thank you so very much for that. Okay, let's keep going. Favorite thing to eat in this type of weather? Well, I had a wonderful meal today that Leonore made for me while her compa was getting tattooed. And she made me some chile verde, and it was wonderful. The bone just fell right off the meat. It's the first time I've had Lenore's. It's the first time I've had her food, and she sends me lots of photos because she's from out of town. But finally got to eat her food, and it was good. Heidi says you need more whiskey. You know what? This will do for now. I don't mind. I like the taste. I'm not trying to get crazy, right? I'm not 25 anymore. I know. I look at it. It's surprising. Wow. Crazy night. Okay. Let's see here. Damber says, all my friends have passed away, sadly. I got 2 left. Well, then not all your friends. You've got 2, and that's wonderful. One ride or die. You guys are not answering my questions. Okay. Rochelle says a solid handful. Mike says Natalie. Like that's his friend. Mike's friend's Natalie. That's great. And Christy says her friend is Mike with a flag. Kim says, I would say I have 4 friends. Interesting. Okay. That's a lot. In my world, I usually have just a couple. I don't, are you guys naming each other? I don't know what's going on. Okay. I'm going to just keep scrolling. Brody Jade says 4 since kindergarten, middle school, and other in 2015. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Let's go to the next question. Well, that was the question. You're a beautiful human inside. Interesting. Favorite thing to eat in this type of weather? It's homemade food. That's it. Do you get even? Whoa. Sorry, I read that way wrong. To get even or to not? Question mark. I don't know what that means. To get even or to not? To get even with somebody? Is that what you mean? To get even or not? I don't know. I don't know what that means. Let's get to the next one. Here's a good one. I tried to make chemistry a joke, but I got no reaction. I gotta actually screen these because they are jokes and they could be something bad. Okay, here we go. Why did the lifeguard have to go rescue the hippie? Because it was too far out, man. Okay. Next one is this weather, loving it or dislike. Okay, this weather, loving it or dislike? Love it. Of course, darkness, rain, wet, cold, hard, brisk, nipply. Heidi was right. I need more. All right, so these are pretty easy questions to answer. I love this weather. It's not hot. I'm not sweating. I'm hot, but I'm not sweating. I'm always hot. So I keep the fan on me most of the time. When someone has broken your trust, do you give them a second chance? Second chance at what? When someone has broken your trust, do you give them a second chance? Yeah, 100%. Because you can't just cut out your kids, and they're gonna break your trust. So no, I definitely don't cut them out. But a second chance, I think second chances are necessary. I do not think third chances are necessary. I think people should not get third chances, and you should stick to your word so they know how to treat you. Because if they know you're a man or woman of your word, then you're going to get a certain sort of type of reaction.
That's why I managed to stay single this whole time, you know?
Kim says, never get even, always get over. I don't know what, you know what, getting, maybe that's the question, like with somebody. The best way to get even, it's really simple. To all my exes out there, you know who you are, all 2 of you. Exes meaning girls that have dumped me, 2 of them. So fuck you, number 1. 2, eat shit. Number 3 is just kidding, but the best sort of revenge, if you will, instead of like how to get even, is really just succeed beyond your wildest dreams and live your life the best and the fullest, truly, not in a condescending way. But every once in a while, it's kind of cool to sort of be looked down by somebody or judged by somebody in a negative way and then outshine that position they ascribed to you so greatly that one day they regret it. That's pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. I'd love to say that I'm not an egotistical person at all, but I will tell you right now, when they come back knocking on the door, weeks, months, years, decades, literally decade. Well, I'm 41 now, so decades later, fuck you. That's my response. And my big middle fingers are my success in life, right? I'm 41. I'm not fat yet. I'm not poor yet. I'm not stupid yet. I'm not geriatric yet, and a lot of 41s, a lot of 35-year-olds are, 25-year-olds are. I know people. See, told you that. It just goes off sometimes, and it must just really know me. There we go. I'm just gonna let that clap. It's pretty cool. That's a really long clap. Okay, so second chances, yes. Third chances, no. My dad always tells me not to get bit by the same dog twice, but the second chance is the time they can show you who they really are. I mean, once is not enough to really know. People can make mistakes, right? So breaking trust, I don't think is that detrimental. I guess it also depends on the gravity. It depends on what they do. There are some things that are unforgivable. A few things. Okay, let's see. If in the questions you guys are getting spicy and if there's anything I should address, Mike, you're a pervert. Okay, I'm going to skip past that. Everybody knows it, so I'm allowed to say it out loud. Neighbor says success is the best revenge. It's 100% true. Brody Jed says cold feet must be a girl thing. Yeah, love when they put them on your back. It's like, what the Jesus. Okay, so here's the next one. Do you feel there's a right way to ask for forgiveness? Man, I need some more whiskey. You know, I need some more whiskey, and you guys need some more whiskey. Give me 1 second. I'm going to be right back, and then we're going to answer this. Do you feel there's a right way to ask for forgiveness? I still don't have over 20 thumbs ups, and I don't know why. So if you're not doing it, you should do it. Get on here now. Send a thumbs up. Let's rock and roll. Don't be afraid of them super chats. And for those who've sent it already, I commend you. I applaud you. Literally, I've applauded you. And we're going to go to intermission real quick, and I'm going to grab me some more whiskey, and I'll be right back. It won't take long because it's right there. I just don't want you to see my grace weapon. All right, and we're back. And what do we have? We have another gift. Thank you so very much, Mark. Mark is awesome. Mark is a Army combat veteran who has become a good friend of mine. He brings me tri-tip. That's not why he's my friend, but it fucking helps. But Mark, thank you so much for the Tilmore, dude. This is amazing. You would think this was flavored. This shit, I'm not even gonna rinse out my glass because I am a fucking slut. Sorry, I've got a lot to drink. A lot of you are going, what did he just say? You heard me. When it comes to whiskey, you know what? Let's do this. Let's try to hide the ash there. Can't see my ashing on the table. Okay. Whistle Pig is retired. We finished it. It was fucking great. And now we're back with the Tillamore Day. That's right. Okay. So we got the question. Did you guys send something? Yeah, you did it. We got the thumbs up and ready. So thank you so very much for that. Okay. Damber says, thought third time was a charm. That's for losers. Don't do it. Let's keep going here. Feet are weak. What? Yeah, feet are a weakness. Okay, you guys are weird. You guys are just weird. Yes, Mike. Mike got to actually have one of Mark's sandwiches, and man, were they fucking good. Jesus, that guy can cook. So he was a combat veteran. When he got out, he actually found cooking. He found cooking. He found making food. We've all found making food, right? We all make food. The word food is so funny when people say food. Anyways, I love the word lunch. That's a word that gets me. Food and lunch. Those two words, they fuck me up. Whenever I see somebody eating on television or any sort of cinema, any sort of video that I'm watching, any media, I instantly have to eat. There's one of my vices. Okay, so we're going to get to the question. Whiskey, sure, damn straight. Okay, so the sandwiches, Mike. You know what a community we have here. Okay, so the question is, do you feel there's a right way to ask for forgiveness? Yeah, there's a right way to ask for forgiveness when you mean it. When you truly feel as if you've done something. Yes, 100%. Ask for forgiveness only when you know that you're giving it your best efforts to set it straight. Otherwise, leave people alone and let them along their merry way. Guys, so many people are so afraid to burn bridges and to burn ships. Fucking burn them. I'm telling you, like 1 out of 10 people, you might be wrong and you might lose somebody really great. But I'm going to tell you right now, as fucked up as that sounds, get really good at learning how to do that. Your intuition will serve you really well here. But also, what's going to happen is you're going to learn how to make those decisions, and you deserve it because you deserve certain things in your life to not happen to you anymore. But you keep tolerating them because you won't burn the fucking bridge. Right? You're waiting for the slow burn, waiting for the death by 1,000 paper cuts, or 1,000 cuts is the phrase. But lame, don't do it. Rip off the bandage and let it bleed. Let it bleed out. Move on. So there's a right way to ask for forgiveness, only when you really fucking mean it. I'm sure you're looking for a different answer, but that's all I got. Okay. Mike says, I love the circle of people you've constructed. I haven't constructed any of it. I made none of these people, nor their desire to be around. I've not made any of you watch this show. You guys are watching this show because you're part of it. It means something to you. You can interact. You're the ones who make it up. There's more of you right now than there are me. That's scary. But I'm on the camera, so you're going to have to listen to what I say, right? And I can just ban you. There's actually a ban button right next to where it says, like, there's a button that I can do this with. Bam, add a broadcast. And then there's a button I could do this with, which is ban, Mike, banning you. I'm just kidding. Not going to do it. I accidentally did it to my mom. Felt terrible. Let's let the past be the past, okay? You've never seen Lion King. What's the deal? Sis, I'm so glad that you said that right now, that she loves the word. I'm starving. I'm instantly starving because you just said lunch. Well, you texted it. You typed it. I read it. It was in my head, and now I hear it. So I'm hungry now. Okay. So Tullamore Dew is not just good for resting up your phone. It's also really delicious. But for now, I'm going to use it to rest up my phone. Let's see here. What is in this shit? Alcohol? Next question. Oh, man. Okay. That's good. This is the, okay. You guys want to, I'm not going to blush, but you might see me turn a little bit different colors. What's the worst thing you've done when losing your shit? Fuck. I'm not going to answer all this. Like, I hate it. I'm almost like a computer that has to respond. You're tricking me here. You're trying to get me to confess. It's not going to happen. I'm not doing it. What's the worst thing you've done when losing your shit? Man, I've had people so rude to me before that I think the worst thing I did once when I lost it on somebody who deserved it was I made fun of them physically, their physical appearance. And I wish I could give you more. I can't. I could ask me in person. Okay, I'm not saying this on camera. You kidding me? This is a confession. What are we, Catholic? Worst thing I've ever done when losing my shit was just throw people's shit right back in their own face when they're giving it to you. And I'm not that guy. So when I do it pretty fucking deep. I'm like, I'm going all in. So anyways, somebody was saying some pretty mean shit to me and just repeatedly, and they thought it was cute and it wasn't. And I finally threw it back in their face and they were shocked. So the worst thing I've done when losing my shit, that's probably it, is resulting to verbal violence, and that's just a terrible thing. Man. Mike says, shut up. You gave us this place. Not true. YouTube did. I'm just the one with all the expensive camera gear. Yeah. So there's that. Oh, Shell is a different plus. Farmer Fits. Yes. Kimmy's saying, ha ha ha, Farmer Fits. But the worst thing I've ever done, I mean, I've beat the shit out of my stuff before. I've broken things. I'm an aggressive guy, man. Like, I'm not going to tame that forever in every scenario. I've hurt people, unfortunately. Sometimes fortunately. You know, I don't know. When I lose my shit, I think the worst thing I've done. Oh, here we go. One time I got in a fight at school, and I was in the middle of the hallway. Everybody was crowding around. I was kind of the new kid. I was the new kid, and they kept saying, "By the way, Jason, fuck you." This kid Jason wanted to fight me. What a pussy. Still to this day, a little rotten. Anyways, he wanted to fight me, and it never really worked out because he said some pretty mean shit to me. To my face, and I grabbed him by the throat, held him up against his locker off his feet, and people broke it up because they realized I was going to kill him. And anyway, I, of course, saw red, and I ended up storming out because I really wanted the fight, and people broke it up because he deserved it. And as I was walking out, one of my good friends, Amy, love you, you know I do. I ended up pushing her pretty hard, telling her to get out of my way because I was so fucking angry. And I've till this day, I feel terrible about that. So anyways, confession's over. Let's get to the next question. And if you guys have any questions, now's the time to start sending them into the comments here below, because we only have a few of these questions left and we can get to them now. If you have any at all, actually. Mikey, go home. Okay, so next question. Do you have one emotion that gets the better of you more than others? Fuck, we just talked about. Yeah, anger, rage, destruction. That's the emotion that gets me the most, actually. That, or I would say love. Love, unfortunately, this is weird. Man, what's the deal? You guys start confessing too, because I don't want this to be super gay and just one-sided. I need your guys's stuff. So
That's why I managed to stay single this whole time, you know?
do you have an emotion that gets the better of you more than others? Guys, have you ladies and gentlemen have to answer this too. Otherwise, I will be the only homo on here, and that's just not acceptable. Kimmy says frustration. Are you saying that for me, or are you saying that for you? Out of curiosity. So this is for you guys. What is the emotion that gets best of you? Because Kimmy, I feel like that was a jab. Rochelle says, I remember Jason. Yeah, Jason Parker. What a loser. Fucking dork. He's just mad because he wasn't as cool as me. I was the new kid and got all the chicks. And my name was written in the locker rooms and his wasn't. Or mine was bigger than his. The name in the locker room. But also mine was bigger than his. Okay, let's see here. Barkus says love. Kimmy says you. Kimmy, go home. Keep it spicy, little man. Okay. So you guys let me know so that I can let you know. But the emotion that gets the best of me, I actually think is love. I think I feel way too much. Love is, I'm using that really lightly. It's more just like passion towards people. Like I really start to care about somebody too much, too easy. This is probably speaking a lot of your language right now, guys and girls. And I just get once I get involved, it's not often, but when I do, it's like, man, fuck, dude. Like, what the hell? Tame that shit, homie. And I do. I think I actually do pretty well, but it doesn't mean it doesn't get the best of me. It sneaks in, right? And then you get lonely, right? You get those long, lonely nights, and you're like, man, I could just ease this pain real easy by inviting. No, but you're not going to do it because you're better than that. You're bigger than that. You're going to call me instead, invite me over. That's weird. Mikey, don't call me. So if there's an emotion that gets the best of me, I actually do personally believe it's either anger or it's going to be love. So that's quite interesting because my life is quite that roller coaster. It actually frustrated the shit out of my mom when I was a kid because she would see me in this state often on both ends and be like, geez, can't you just calm down? I'm like, no, I never will. Anyways. Okay. So you guys are sending a lot of information in here. Kimmy says, no, Jab, that is your hardest emotion. My hardest emotion. Interesting. Frustration does suck. I'm kind of used to it by now. It's very frustrating. It's funny thing about emotions is people expect you to be like frustrated and not seem that way. It's very hard to do, and it's worth trying. But I think that's part of like beating your demons that we were talking about earlier. But by mastering yourself is feeling the emotions but not showing them. Like I've had such terrible days, all of us have, and I will let someone know about it, and they're like, "Really? I would have never even guessed." Like I even have times where I'm having a decent day, and I don't let it show, and people go, "Hey, are you all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. Why?" Like, "Oh, you just seem like you're in a mood." I'm like, "Actually, I feel fine." But anyway, hiding it and controlling it and mastering it, I think is actually worthwhile. Contrary to popular belief, you should tame that shit. You really should, especially if you're a dude. You should fucking tame that shit. Stop crying in front of your girl. It does not make her want you more. Okay, next questions. Let's see. Let's get in the comments for a second. Christy, thank you for that input. I'm glad somebody said it. Damer says, both anger and love for myself. I battle hate way, way deep down. Love is the new emotion I'm learning and experiencing. Interesting. And it gets the best of you, apparently. Mike says, I felt anger today when I went to verbal jiu-jitsu mode and opened some. Okay, Mikey, you philosophical teddy bear. Okay. Rochelle says, mine too, love. Natalie says, I get angry and cry. I wish that's what I did instead of breaking shit. And breaking shit is better than breaking people, so that's okay. Okay, that was. Why did I just hum that? You guys know what that was? Did you hear that? That was super subconscious. Do you want me to keep it spicy or be super gay? Yeah, super gay. That's the Mikey way. Super gay. What's up? Mike says, amen, don't cry. Look, we can cry to each other. That's a thing. And I believe it. I think men should only cry to men. Do not, under any circumstances, unless somebody fucking died, and I'm not talking about your pet, cry. in front of your women. Just don't do it. You're supposed to be a rock. Stop being a bitch. Pull up your britches, control it, and then call us, hang out with us, have some whiskey and a cigar, and we'll cry together. Because we'd be like that. Rochelle says men cry too. You're exactly right. I just don't recommend doing it in front of the people that rely on you too often, unless, like I said, it calls for it. Levi's on here saying, oh, sorry. Okay, let's catch up to that. For me, also anger, but it seems to be a secondary emotion for me. It comes from after feeling hurt, frustrated, humiliated, scared, and rejected. I would say that's probably where anger comes from. Probably something like that. I think that's fair, and I wish it was bigger on the screen. I don't know why it's not. What is the deal? Let's try to bring that up again. Can I rearrange this thing? Is this it? What is this? What's going on? Oh, that's just this. Okay, I was trying to see if I could. Oh. Wait, that doesn't help. That's way too long. I was hoping to, there we go. I was hoping to make it more legible, but unfortunately it's not. Okay, but I did my best. But Levi, I think that's a pretty legit thing, if that's your name. I hope Levi the human, that's your name. Landy's on here. What's up, Landy? Thanks for purchasing your tickets for, I believe you have, right? You did, for Paint Night. Paint Night is going to be a party. Let's see, what can we do here? This isn't party music going on. Do we have any of that? There we go.
Nuts. Got him!
That's so good.
You get in my face with that, I'll beat your goddamn ass, you son of a bitch.
Paint Night is coming up.
Fucking hell yeah.
Paint Night's not only coming up, but a lot of tickets have been sold. We're almost sold out, actually. Technically, might be our first time actually selling out of our max. So if you want tickets, you better get them online or come in and get them
1 hour later.
Because they're selling out quick. And Paint Night's going to be great. It's this Saturday. If you don't have tickets, you might not be able to come. And for those of you who bought tickets, it's going to be a fucking rad night. Do my best to introduce you to an awesome person, which is Jesse, the person who helps us with the painting for the evening, and also yourself and me and everybody else that's yourself that's watching. Anyway, that makes no sense. There's a lot of whiskey in this alcohol. Okay. Damber says I get angry and yell, then I'm fine. True. Men have feelings too. Christy, yes, you're right. Men have feelings too. 100%. But they should know how to master them. They should at least know how to control them, for sure. Like, decide, not going to happen right now. You can feel it, but that does not mean you have to react with it. I wish I knew how to say that right. Sorry if I butcher it. Mazukaki. That sounds inappropriate. And I might have just said something that'll get me banned. I don't know. But this person is saying, why was this recommended to me? I guess smash what you can afford and whatever this is, good luck. I don't know what that means, and I don't know what you're doing, and I don't know why you're here and why it was recommended, but good luck with life. Mike says, I cry when Josh is behind me. That's because I've spent about 20 hours back there with your masterpiece. Okay, Rochelle, you're right. Okay, I'm going to scroll down, try to catch up with all y'all. Frustration, Brody says, that's a real one. Control the demons. Amanda says, control the demons. That's it. That's mastery. Control the demons. They're in you and they'll never go away. You're never going to stop feeling frustration, anger, rage, passion, love, all these things. But you should learn how to control them because that would be mastery of oneself. I should have started with that. There's one thing that is absolutely worth mastering and is necessary for a good life, especially if you're going to master any other thing, would be first of yourself. You're not going to master shit if you haven't mastered yourself, aka Maku Kazi, whoever you are. Why was this recommended? Probably because, I don't know, maybe, who knows? Maybe because you're sitting around doing nothing better and it said, maybe you need this. Maybe you should be here for a reason. That's why. Okay. Christy says a lot of whiskey in this alcohol. Quote from Josh. Great. I'll be known for something. So let's get to the next question. What is your way of remaining patient with people who don't necessarily deserve it? I ignore them. That's really simple. A way of being patient with people is by not taking them seriously. And it's actually a real thing. You should absolutely not take them seriously. They don't matter that much. Look, life's really short and I can't cater to everybody. Neither can you. So you should decide and pick and choose your battles, but also be very conscious of how people affect you. Like just say, oh, I don't have to dwell on this. Move on. Cool. Let's go. Probably didn't hear that. There we go. So just move on. It's really that simple. How do I, what is my way of being patient with people who don't necessarily deserve it? I'm not. Burn a bridge. Don't be afraid. Burn a bridge and move on. Like, it's so easy, especially on Instagram, right? Which barely counts, but it's so easy to ban somebody. Just get rid of them if they deserve it. And then in your life, it's a little harder. But like, if somebody keeps coming to your fucking barbecues and you don't like the way their hot dogs taste, it's a gay barbecue. Maybe they taste like shit. Move on. Just get rid of them. Who knows? So there you go. Amanda says, set boundaries and stick to them. 100%. Okay. Let's keep going here. I want to get to all these tonight and then also enjoy a little bit of the comment section along with the rest of my Wikisy. How do you handle horrible customers at the shop? Sometimes I ask them to leave. Sometimes I get violent. Sometimes I stay calm. Sometimes I'm nice. There's been times where people have acted violent in the shop, or at least not violent, but aggressive or seemingly aggressive. You could see it in them that something's wrong and they've been pissed. One time, for example, this guy was pissed at a girl that was there in our shop. So he showed up. You could see it in his eyes. He had rage written all over him. And how do I handle that horrible customer? Well, I had to make light of the situation because there was women all around me. There was a bunch of people tattooing and piercing, and most of the people in the shop are girls. And so what I had to do was make light of it. I couldn't show him my aggression and combat it because there were so many people around that if things were to get spicy, which I'm glad they didn't.
Ding, ding, ding. What do we have for it, Johnny?
Beat your goddamn ass, you son of a bitch.
My
You piece of
response to
shit.
that.
You fucking goddamn fucker.
I diffused it best I could, and I was like overly nice. I was so overly nice, the guy had the gall to come back in again weeks later and bring it up. And that's when I almost lost my shit again because I was like, okay, now it's time to remove yourself. And he did. Thank goodness. He was nice about it. Said, guy, if you'd like to come in again, I don't recommend it. Not a good idea because if you push my buttons too far, there is a limit, especially if somebody is acting in a way that is threatening. Just not a good idea. So how do I deal with bad customers? However is necessary. I don't care. I do not care. If you disrespect anybody in my shop or in my business, then I will haunt you. If you break into my business and you steal things from me, I will haunt you. I will do research. I will tweak out. I will find you. I will look for you. I will put names out for you. I might not do anything further than that, allegedly, but you will be on my radar, and I am paying attention, and I am looking, and I am watching, and I am all seeing. So tread lightly. Okay, that's my warning to you folks out there that mean to do us harm in any sort of way, because those people are real, it exists, and it's unfortunate, but that's life. So learn how to deal with it. Okay, next one. Do you... Man, I don't know what you guys are doing tonight. You're trying to get me to confess? Is this confession? Is this that intervention type thing? Do you road rage when you drive? Yeah, sometimes. A lot worse when I was younger. I've been in some really bad situations when I was younger, and I do not recommend it again. Bad idea. But there we go. That's it. Do I road rage when I drive? Not much anymore, but I have before. I have found myself with a knife in hand and 4 guys trying to jump me in the middle of the road. And that's all I'll tell you. But people are crazy, and sometimes you have to meet them with crazy. I don't recommend it, and I'm glad that day is gone, and I've learned my lessons since. I probably shouldn't be saying all this, but here we are. Thank you guys for joining. Hope you're liking this episode. If you are and you guys want to send something sweet my way, if you want to buy tickets and you go to our paint night, if you want to say something nice in the comments or into the DMs, or if you just want to share this with a friend or tell a buddy or bring a buddy or tell a friend to bring a buddy while sharing this with your friends. And whether it's super chats or buying shirts or merch or hats or getting tattooed or whatever it may be. Natalie sending us, putting tattoos on layaway, whatever it is. I appreciate you guys. Dambria supporting us and buying most of our merch. You guys think we have a bunch of merch. We really don't. We just make it and then Dambria buys it. So if you don't get the cup you want or the flask you want, oh, did I say that? Flask? Then if you're not getting the stuff you want, you don't have the sizes, you know who to blame. But Dambria, we appreciate you. So you guys know how to support me. It works, and I appreciate all of your support and the continued support in the future. So whether you're coming from out of state or buying my shirts or my cups or glasses or fuck, dude, I just can't stop. I just can't. I feel like this is just a commercial, but I'm just so fucking pumped. Even if you guys don't buy them, I don't care because I'll keep them. Anyways, thank you guys for your support and your continued support. Continued, right, folks? Right? I have a $100 bill sitting here from Christy. I get support, and I love you guys for it. Much, much love, much recognized. Dambria, you're 100% right for saying that. Heidi says, Confessions of Joshua. That is a bad idea, and we're not doing it. We're ending that here. I have some more questions, and we're going to end the confession part and just answer them. No, Dambria, you are definitely not right about that. Dambria says, what something you would like for Valentine's Day, Josh? I would love for you guys to come to my Paint Night Saturday, buy your tickets online, or come into the shop. If you buy your tickets online, you guys are really, really running short, cutting it close. You're cutting it close because there's only a few tickets left, and you're going to be screwed if you don't get your tickets now. So there we go. Lenore says, I got my cup I wanted today. You know what, Lenore? Thank you. I appreciate you, and you're awesome. Amanda says, I'm trying to appropriately plan my next tattoo before submitting my request. Good idea. Or if you need some help and you want to come in and talk to our artist or me or my assistant, more than likely, more than capable of helping you. Yes, Landy, 100%. Brody says, how to deal with being, and I think, you know what? I think this might be one of my favorite names on here, Brody Jade, just because that's not your real name. And I like when people use fake names because they want to hide because they're scared and they're shy and they don't like to be out in public. But anyway, Brody Jade's cool because I like the name Brody, and it's actually my son's favorite, best friend's name. So it just makes it cool. How to deal with being or feeling hurt? That's a good question. How do you deal with being or feeling hurt? Fuck. Go to the gym. Make a bunch of money. Talk to your friends. Call a family friend. Call somebody cool. Go for a walk. Enjoy the sunshine. Remember what you're grateful for. Wake up on the right side of the bed and realize you get to live another day and not give a shit about. Just look, hurt. You're saying how to deal with being hurt, being or feeling hurt. One of the best ways to do it is accept it and go, man, isn't it cool to be alive and have feelings? I don't know. That's my best advice. I've had a lot of Wikisee. See, even Christy said it wrong. Whiskey? What does that mean? It's Wikisee at this point. 2 glasses in, it's Wikisee. Mike, thanks for sending the flags. Get your merch, 601 West Shaw. You know, Landy, you've been on here. You're an OG. You guys have been watching for a long time. You guys realize episode 80 is coming up soon? We're off topic, and I'm just talking about me. Brain Cash, 100%. No, Barkus, you have not told me that you're...
That's what she said.
...so proud of me, but I love when you do, and I appreciate you for it.
Just gonna send it.
Mike says, I'll come in. 100%. Okay, I'm catching up. I'm actually kind of super behind, and I apologize for you guys. Brody Jade says, Jade is my real name, so... yeah, is it, though? Okay, let's see here. Stacy says, cry about it and let it go. Stacy, thank you so much for being on here. I don't know why it's taking you so long, but the fact that you are... I hope that was really loud. I meant it to be really loud. Stacy, did you know you're one, not but one of my first apprentices ever? And even though we didn't, it wasn't as professional as it could have been, my bad, to some degree, also yours. But do you realize that you're one of my very first apprentices of all time? I can't really show you the tattoo, can I? This way. Can I twist it? Nope, can't do it. So on this side of the arm, on the side of the arm that I can't show you without standing up, actually was by Stacy. So Stacy, thank you. Thanks for keeping it real. Okay, let's see here. Cry about it and let it go. There you go. Or don't cry. Just let it go. Just move on. Do something cool. You know, that's how you deal with pain and hurt. If it's coming from other people, that's how you deal with it. If it's coming from yourself, you should face that shit on and do something about it. To so many people, this happens to me all the time. I'm so conditioned by society, unfortunately, to thinking that anger, rage, aggression, violence is a negative thing. It's time to time, it's very appropriate in certain circumstances. It's very appropriate to respond to something, especially if it's a fault of your own, to respond to it in such a way that's aggressive and violent seeming, meaning you're supposed to feel like shit for doing dumb things. It happens to all of us. And not only are you supposed to feel like that, but you're not going to ever not feel like that if you don't overcome the thing in which you keep doing wrong. So it's a good response. I think a lot of people are so afraid to feel pain. You should feel it. You should soak it up. You should write down on the fucking fridge what it is that's caused you the pain. And under it, write, my fault. What the fuck are you going to do about it? Okay. Anyway, I'm tough talking to camera. I don't know what I'm doing right now. Okay, you guys are telling me your real names. I don't care. I don't know who you are. Just send me super chats. Okay, my thought about using a different name, but literally, I'm the only Dambrier in the whole world. Awesome, Dambrier. Good for you. Stacy, thanks for the hearts. I don't like you. I don't like you guys anymore. Okay. Is it Andy G? What? What the heck? Okay, I'm not reading this. This is getting weird. People are telling me their real names and their fake names, and I don't have time for this. Now you guys are talking to each other. I don't even know why I'm reading this. I'm gonna stop reading the super chats. I wish these were all super chats, but they're not. Yes, and Dambrier, you're right. Okay, so I'm gonna stop reading that, and I'm gonna start reading the questions so we can get to the end of these, and then we can close the night up. Since we've been on here for like an hour and 30 minutes, which is about the time I check it for the second time. It's usually about an hour and 30 minutes. Okay, so how do you remain calm in chaotic situations? I don't always. This is like tonight's topic, right? Is how do I remain calm in chaotic situations? I don't. But time to time, I mean, sometimes I do, but not always. It's not always the answer. Sometimes you need to respond viscerally. But when I do remain calm, how do I remain calm in chaotic situations? Breathe, take it in, and okay, here's a good answer. Here's a real answer. How do I remain calm in chaotic situations? The first thing I do is I remind myself if it's a violent situation, I remind myself that there's a life or death situation potentially here, and there's people I love that need me, and also people I love that need my protection time to time if I find myself in said scenario. And so I remind myself that and say, okay, I've been in fights before, especially when I was younger and inexperienced. I've been in altercations before, and I know how if your adrenaline starts going and your panic starts going, how inefficient and effective you are. So I remain calm because I realize that it's useful. So that's the first thing I remind myself is breathe. I do this every show, and I love it because it's one of my favorite things to do in the world. We'll do it one more time in case you missed that. It's so good. You guys should be doing that with me every single time. Whenever I do it, you should be doing it. I don't know why you're not. It's so good. Try it with me. You guys want to do it with me real quick? Let's see. How many of you are on here? 22 of y'all. All y'all weirdos, even though you're in the background, some of you are haters, and that's cool. I love it because you should try this and realize how good it is, and then you'll hate me even more because you're going to have to thank me. So breathe with me, real deep. Breathe with me on the count of 3. Ready? All of us. You ready to do this? We're all going to feel it in the ether. It's going to come through the walls. It's going to permeate all of our barriers and even the barrier of this lens. Ready? 1 deep breath on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. All of us. Y'all didn't know I was a yoga instructor, did you? You're welcome for that. Okay. This is going to be like every episode. We should just do this. So that's how I remain calm. The other way I remain calm in a chaotic situation is I remind myself, how do I be of use? I ask myself that all the time. How can I be of use today? And in chaotic situations, I ask myself, how can I be of use? And that usually makes me very focused and aligns me to my purpose. And therefore, chaotic situations seem more manageable. So I do that often. That's just how I do it. I don't know how you're going to do it, but best of luck. Heidi, box breathing. Love it. Box breathing is awesome. It's one of my favorite things to do. Christy, I'm not reading that. Dambrier, I don't care about your middle name. I'm kidding. I didn't mean that. What I meant was I actually really don't give a shit about anybody's middle name. Oh my God, it's a late night. It's whenever I'm feeling feisty. Mikey, you can have it. There you go. Levi says, I tried that breathing yesterday when one of my teenagers tried me. Okay, very cool. I think that box breathing or just breathing in general. Look, if you need it in a pinch, just breathe. Just take deep breaths. It's fucking remarkable. But box breathing is amazing. You should look it up. It's super easy. I do it in the shower almost every morning, especially if I'm at the gym and at the shower in the gym because I hate the showers at the gym. But sometimes you're homeless and you need one. So, man, I just took it all the way back. So anyways, breathing's a really big deal. So that's actually a good response to that question. The question from 20 minutes ago. Next question is, what do you do to center yourself when you feel your anger rising? I think it's all the same question. Breathe, relax, understand your purpose, focus, understand you're useless when you start letting true rage get the best of you. Time to time, it's useful, and sometimes it's not. This might sound really weird. I'm just going to kind of brain dump on you for a second. I believe rage and anger time to time is useful when you need to flip a switch. And flipping a switch is a very loud signal to the public, especially if you're using intimidation as a factor, which is very useful time to time if you need it. If you're in a scenario where it, or say it calls for an extreme reaction, to switch on your anger or rage is a very useful tool to sort of elevate your presence, but also your mode, your mood, your mindset. And I feel like when you do it consciously, what you can do is you can use it to turn you on in terms of your readiness, and then you can still appear to be out of control, but very much in control, and you become a dangerous foe. That's my opinion. At least that's worked really well. If I didn't make myself clear, here's what it looks like. You're walking down the street, somebody gets violent with you, you try to, subdue the violence and try to chill, and you try to, neutralize it. It doesn't work. And then you realize what you have to do is you have to meet that violence with violence. So what you do is you turn it on immediately in the flash of an eye. And you got to let them know with your eyes. You got to let them know with your stance. You got to let them know with your soul that you are here to fucking party. So what do I do to center myself when I feel anger rising? Sometimes I don't center myself at all. So that's my answer. And I'm going to leave it there. There you go. Hope that was enough. Christy says, breathing is very important to me. Dambriel, I'm really happy that you said that. Amanda says, namaste. Awesome. Mike Connor, thanks for sending flag. You know what to do.
Fucking hell yeah.
Fuck yeah!
Okay, in the hour. Okay, kind of like the rock slide. Okay, I can't read this all, but thank you guys for joining in. Right, you make up the show, technically more than I make up the show, and I love you for it. Let's get to the next questions. We're almost at the end. Here we go. Have you ever done anime tattoos? Yeah, years ago. Now I just do realistic tattoos. I've been doing portraits like forever now, and I've been doing them a lot this last couple weeks. Life is looking up. I did 2 today, 2 portraits on one person. Is it easier to be destructive in one's life than to enjoy, work hard, and live? No. Is it easier to be destructive in one's life than to enjoy, work hard, and live? Is it easier to be destructive in one's life? Yeah, I would say it's easier short term, but painful long term. And then they say is it easier to be destructive than it is to enjoy, work hard, and live? Well, to enjoy and to work hard and to live is short term pain for long term gain. Right? You're doing short term things you don't want to do, so you could long term gain to get the experiences you would like to have. That's a terrible way to put it. But is it easier to be destructive? Yeah, but it's short-term gain. Like it feels good right now to give into it, but long-term pain because you might be doing something that is illegal. You might be doing something that harms somebody to such a degree you mean to, whether it's emotionally or physically, and some of them can land you in jail. I know plenty of cases where people, they react to their emotions so abruptly that they find themselves in scenarios where their freedom is now foregone. And that sucks. And sometimes it seems justified, but you got to be able to think that shit through, right? I'm 41 years old and haven't landed in prison yet. And thank you for that. But thank you for that. Kimmy says, intimidation is my favorite. I think intimidation works when it's real. When it's like, motherfucker's a mama bear behind these eyes. Right? You fuck with this and you get the mama bear. Christy says, intense scares me. Okay. What word are you going to tattoo on your stomach? I'm starting to narrow the list. What? Are you asking me, Mike? Is that a question? Why would you ask me that? Did you know I was going to tattoo a word on my stomach? Okay. Dambria, my poor car. You guys are funny. I don't get you. Dambria, what a name. Okay. Last question of the night. We've gotten to it. Here we go. You can't believe it. There we go. Last question. Oh, this is kind of a sad question, but thanks for asking and putting me on the fucking spot. By the way, I'm going to play a song with you I wrote while I answer this and we get into the next part of this Q&A tonight, which is me just talking shit to you guys and telling you how to spend money at my businesses and support me and my family because that's how we eat. Do you guys realize that all of you, well, let me double check real quick. Let me just double check. So far, looking through whoever's on here, every single one of you, scrolling, every single one of you have helped me feed my family and raise my kids and build my business. So thank you very much from the bottom of my heart for that. Maybe some of you haven't, but to some degree you've supported it, and a lot of you in a very specific way, very literal way, you've supported it. So thank you for that. I just wanted to say that since it's that moment. But here's the next question. Think you'll ever get enough pup? So I'm going to play the song just for fun, because this song I wrote with my daughter, and it was actually fairly recently-ish. It was actually right after my dog died. My dog was awesome. He was such a rad dog. A lot of you know who he was. Actually, most of you know who he was. And Lou dog, Lucifer man, was he rad. And God rest his soul. Buried him in his own backyard, and he deserved it. It was wonderful, and he died with dignity. So I'm going to play the song for a minute and ask the last question. Think you'll ever get another pup? Think you'll ever get another pup?
Probably not.
So I would actually like another dog, but the problem is I'm never home. I'm always working, and I feel like I would neglect, actually, unfortunately, another puppy. So until I get older and I have a place, I'm in a place in my life where I have that kind of time or resources, or it'd be really cool if I had a fucking business where I could bring my dog. I think about that a lot. I would love for him to be in my shop, but I can't do that because it's just not sterile. Or maybe I get a bigger shop and one day I have another pup. You never know, because I will get old one day, and that could happen. So I hope you guys like this song in the background, because I fucking do. So the question was, do you think you'll ever get another pup? And the answer is probably not. But if I move to Tennessee and have a nice bit of property, then it's very possible. You never know. Probably not be a pit bull again. God, are they beautiful or what? Sachi saying Lou was the best. You are 100% right about that. Brody says he loved to warm up cold feet. You are 100% right about that. And Mike, that would be awesome to see. And sometimes you've sent them to me, so thank you for that. Andy remembers Lou. Unfortunately, Daybreer never got to meet Lou dog, but he was fucking rad. Mike says, I own at least 32% of your kids. That's really creepy. Amanda was there as well, and she says he was the best, and you are right. Lou was fucking amazing. Okay, so Daybreer is saying, I freaking love this family. This is in Daybreer's voice. I freaking love this family. I love you, Josh, and can't thank you enough for all you do. Well, thank you for buying my shit. You know what I mean? I hope you enjoy it, and I know I do when you buy it. And I mean, I buy it too. I wear my own shit. It's the only shirts I own. Kristen knows that. Mm-hmm. Okay, now we're getting into weird conversations. I'm scrolling back. You know, guys, I like to scroll back and realize how much you guys just cuddle with each other in the comment section. Okay, Mike was asking, what word are you going to tattoo on your stomach? I'm starting to narrow the list, and he never defined whether or not he was talking to me, but I think he was. Mike says, this is haunting. Yes, that was the song. It was so good. So, you know what? I'm going to fucking play it one more time. Me and my daughter wrote this, right? It was sort of after, right after Lou passed away, and I named it Wolfie. Just because Lou was my little pit bull wolf. He was just so rad. So anyway, I just wanted to mention that, and I'm going to play the song again because that's where the song kind of came from to some degree. At least the emotion of it was good old Lou dog. It's a beautiful song. I should let you listen to it while I get to the end of the questions. Oh, look, there they are. This should be my opening song. Okay, so we're getting to the end of it. It's already been almost 2 hours. Got a lot of you on here. Sachi, thanks for joining us. You know, I love to see you guys on here, guys and girls. We're getting to the end. If you guys have any questions, there's anything you want to ask, anything you want to say, do so now, and we'll mingle a little bit. Right? We'll talk about some of the upcoming stuff, what to do about it. I'm just reading your comments as they come in as we listen to this song. Is the devil knows my name, and I didn't name my dog Lucifer. Okay. Yes, Brody Jane, you're right. Wonderful voice. This part's one of my favorites. I wish I could turn it up so So I'll just be quiet for a second so you can hear it. There we go. That was the end of it. I love that. I love the way it sounds. I went black and white. It was appropriate. It's what I do. I don't know if you guys noticed that, if it just kind of jumped in there, but I hope you like that song. There's actually a longer version of it. I think I put it on YouTube, but it's music is the thing. Like, people think I'm an artist all the time when I do tattoos, but really, I'm just kind of copying shit because I love portraits. So I'm just copying your loved ones or your family or friends or dogs. And so I don't really consider that art. I just consider it a skill. But I love doing it. I actually enjoy tattooing portraits more than I like making and creating things in regards to tattoos. But when it comes to my artistic side or creative side, I prefer to write music because I write it for me and I don't write it for anybody else, and I make what I want. If people like it, that's great, but I really, truly only do it because it satisfies me and it speaks to my needs. So that's why I do it. Levi says, cool sounds. I love songwriting. Very cool. I appreciate it. Appreciate it a lot. Love y'all. Dinner time. You're 100% right. We are getting to the end of this tonight. It's been an hour and 42 minutes. We went black and white. We played some great music, some cool sound effects. We've covered a lot tonight. The topic was simple: mastery, demons, and destruction. We went through it all. I'm not going to cover it again. If you're just jumping on, you're going to have to rewatch it. Go all the way to the beginning. I appreciate guys for sticking with me all night and doing this with me every week, Wednesdays at 7:30 to sometimes 8, sometimes 8:30, but never earlier. So that's one thing I can promise you. But I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate all your love and support. I appreciate your super chats, right? We made some money tonight. We're raising some money so we can keep doing this. And we got some newcomers as well. And, I always like that. So I'm going to sign out, and I'm going to probably pour me another glass, to be honest with you. It's kind of early. It's only 9:40. What am I, 100? So here we go. We're going to play this song one last time on the way out. And you guys, when we go black, you guys can keep leaving your comments. That's our outro. And say whatever you want to say. Send the love, send the support. Say whatever you need to say to get it off your chest. I appreciate all of you. And we will see you next week. Much love. Good night. It's been real. It's been fun. Episode 89. 90 is on the way. And 100 is even closer. That's not true. I'm not good at math. But 100's on its way, and 90's even closer. And 100th episode, we're going to have to think of something cool to do together. So I appreciate you guys. I will see you soon. Have a good night. Wednesday, Artistic Freedom. Josh Ray Farmer, it's your boy. Thanks for watching. Thanks for getting in the comment section and getting spicy. Enjoy the song. Keep your comments up. And this is our outro. It's made up of you. That's what the show's made up of. That's the real winner. That's what's really cool, is you being you. See you guys.
Give me your fucking